Hi Year Sixes. This week in your lessons we're looking at the 12-bar blues. The 12-bar blues is a chord progression. A chord progression is a pattern of chords. And the 12-bar blues chord progression is one of the main and most important characteristics of the blues. This chord progression became the backbone for all rock and roll and music listened to today. So before we learn about the 12-bar blues itself, I want to give you a bit of background of actually how it became so popular and what they used to do for guitars back then. So if you remember, the late 1800s, the blues started around the Mississippi Delta region. A lot of the blues musicians, the early blues musicians, were ex-slaves or just generally poor with no money. So they couldn't afford guitars and they couldn't afford guitar lessons. So what they did? They made their own guitars. These were known as diddley bows. Often they were just a plank of wood with one single string stretched over a glass bottle. Over time, some of these got quite creative and they actually started to become an instrument in themselves. They've evolved to not be one, but three strings. And these are often known as one of these, a cigar box guitar. So they would make instruments out of whatever they had. So this one is made out of an old wooden box, a plank of wood, and I just simply have three strings. These three strings are tuned to a G, a D, and a G. So when we play ukulele, ukuleles are tuned to the key of C. Diddley bows, or in this case, a cigar box guitar, is usually tuned to the key of G. The reason why this is important, and the reason why we ended up getting to the 12-bar blues, as I said earlier, they didn't have music lessons. So they wanted to make it simple. To play the first chord of the 12-bar blues, being a G, all I need to do is play open. So they play that for 4 bars. 3. Then, to move to a C chord, it's very easy. They just play a single finger over all 3 strings, and that's how they got the next chord. Then they'd go to chord 5, which in this case is a D7, back down to a C. Now, as these instruments evolved and time evolved as well, at the moment I'm playing this as an acoustic instrument without electricity. But as things went on and electricity was invented, it wasn't long before pickups were added. And then they got a different sound to the instruments. Then what they would do is add a bit of a rhythm. That's the 12-bar blues. Of course, then what they needed to do was to add a bit of a song.